Steve, why don't you jump over that chair again? That was cool.
I have to stand on it to turn the light on every day. And it's on one of those like plastic like office mats for the chair to like move. And if I'm not like perfectly balanced, that thing will soup. I'll, I'll,
It
I'll
looks
wipe
like
it out.
it looks like an old man leather chair you got there.
Everything in my office is old. I wonder where this desk was, back in the day. I wonder what kind of a esteemed, sophisticated gentleman sat at this desk and what did he do? You know?
And what would he think of what it's become now?
He'd be proud. So JC is at first day of school?
Wow, we've been in
Just
school for like 3 weeks here already. It's
Yeah, your
crazy.
son started in August?
Yeah, like August 15th or something.
Is that like a West Coast different situation with the trimesters, or they just start earlier?
No, it's not a trimester, but they do start earlier, but they're done by Memorial Day. So it's a good trade-off.
That's sick, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have so much to talk about with this market today. Let's hit it, Izzy. We got Jeff Macke later. We got Kenny here. So let's get in there and talk about it.
Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year.
Hello and welcome everybody to the morning show. Special edition today. JC is not with us, at least not to start the show. He might pop in later. We'll see. But I'm joined with my esteemed friend, our options expert, Sean McLaughlin's going to co-host the show with me today. So that will be just lovely. We have lots to talk about. Earnings keep dripping in. We had Salesforce yesterday. Jeff Macke will be here with us at 9 o'clock for the guest segment. And Kenny will be here as always. So go ahead and run that bumper, Izzy. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Look at us with our books, huh? How about us?
Well, mine are more puzzles, but yeah,
Can't tell.
Gonna change.
Stop saying that. They look like it looks so good. You have to tell people it's a Monopoly board. Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
You don't miss your old office though? What? You just switched to another room in the basement, right? You're like right next
Yeah,
door.
I'm in. This is our family room in the basement. Well, part of the family room.
And you're just studioing in there. You're still working. No?
No. I've moved
fully
everything
switched.
down here for a couple of reasons. Number one, summertime here in Colorado. My original office is upstairs, and it's filled with windows, which is nice. But in the afternoons, it gets really hot. Even though the air conditioning runs, it gets hot.
Okay.
So I thought I would try coming down here because it's a lot cooler. I also like the scenery back here. I think it looks pretty cool. And sometimes you just need a change of scenery, right? So we're trying this out, and I'm also, I'm trying to be a good husband, Steve, and we're kind of thinking about maybe turning my old office into my wife's art studio. She needs a good place to paint and do stuff. That's cool. It's like a good spot for that because of the light. So
yeah,
I think this might be permanent. We'll see.
Too. No, that's good. Seriously, with all this office talk, it's reminding me, I read a book a very long time ago. I'm probably going to get it wrong, but I think it was Alexander Elder's Trading for a Living. And there's like a full chapter in there. And I thought it was silly because this is my early days. I probably read this 15 years ago. And he spent a full chapter. I thought I was going to learn about trading, talking about the importance of his office and where he works and being peaceful and quiet and a productive place. And I'm like, what the hell? And I get it now. I get it now. It's super important.
This is crazy. This is the second time this week that someone has dropped Alexander Elder on me. And I haven't talked about this guy in years. I'm great. He's great. He's great.
Yeah.
But I had a conversation about him and his book, or one of his books, this weekend. It's like, wow, all of a sudden this guy's popping up everywhere. Maybe I need to reread his book.
I think he came up with some indicators too. Not the RSI. That was Wilder's. But he came up with some stuff.
Yeah, he's got some indicators. I feel like I see him.
He did the colored system, I'm pretty sure, with the yellow and the blue and the red. Anyway.
I think that's Stottlemyre. But anyway.
So, oh, hey, Kitty.
Oh, hey, Cat.
Let's state the markets. We had a little sell-off yesterday. Are people worried? We'll see. We'll talk
I
about
don't know,
it.
we finished strong at the end of the day.
Yeah, I like that. Hit the. So what really happened yesterday?
I mean, was it the last 30 minutes or so? We brought it back. Do you remember the old days? The 3:30 ramp. Do you remember those days?
I've
What's his
heard
name?
of it. Yeah.
Ramp
Is it
Capital. Our friend Ramp Capital on Twitter. His whole shtick started because of the 3:30 ramp. I don't know if you remember that. I'm going old school here. I'm an old school, Fin Twit guy.
No, I'm not too familiar.
All right.
Tell me
I
more.
mean, maybe it was like a post great financial crisis thing, but
Yeah.
there was an observation that many people had made in coming out of the financial crisis, and it lasted for a while, where it was very common at 3:30 for whatever reason. There must have been some algos programmed or something, but at 3:30 you would just see buying, like systematic buying, just ramp the market into the close. And yesterday felt like a callback to those days, man, because right around, I mean, literally right at 3:30, boom, the SPX ticked up, I don't know, 40 points, 45 points. No, am I doing my math wrong? Maybe 40 points, but still quite a ramp at the end of the day. Does it mean anything?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, look, Strazza, if you pull up a chart of like the S&P or the NASDAQ, one thing that I have found to be very curious, and it's a sample size of 2, but look at what happened on July 31st going into August 1st and August 2nd. And then look at what happened on
in the SPY.
August. Yeah, look at
July
SPY.
31st.
Yeah, look what happened at the last trading day of the month of July, and then coming into August. And then we're basically repeating that same pattern. We had a big sell-off, or not a big, but we had a sell-off on the last day of the month. We gapped down pretty big on the first trading day of the month and retrace that gap and just start ripping higher. We've done this now 2 months in a row. I find that curious or interesting.
I like that. I was actually looking at that August 1 candle yesterday because, we got to give the seasonality folks some credit here. August was pretty shitty. If you just like go and take your cursor and just check out a chart, started with a shitty sell-off, ramped higher into the middle of the month, sold off again, and then like a week bounce. So August has been rough. We'll see what September brings. And then things are supposed to get better out here in a month, right?
Supposedly, we'll see it. I mean, I'd be happy to see it. Let's go.
All right, futures. Looks like a snooze fest today. German DAX, not much movement. Nikkei up nicely, up about 1% here this morning. Euro stocks, not much there. Oh, I'm sorry, German DAX is up 0.5%. S&P 500 just about flat, up slightly here this morning. NASDAQ 100 up about 0.20%. Same with the Russell 2000. VIX, barely anything going on there. As for energy and for futures markets, so anything that really stands out, gasoline up a little bit, Brent crude down, crude oil down about 1% here this morning, natural gas popping almost 2% this morning, silver giving some back, hit its highest level since 2011 last year, or since 2011 yesterday, confirming and supporting, massive breakout and rally mode in gold, but giving some back today, down a little over 1%. Same with gold, down almost 1%. Copper down, palladium, commodities are under pressure out here, is what I'm seeing. So that's what would stand out this morning. The cryptos trying so hard. Are you paying attention to this at all? I mean, Bitcoin, it's like it pops a little, we get excited, oh, it's going to break out, nothing.
No, I am paying
really.
attention to it. It's I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing, but, and I'm really just talking about Bitcoin. I'm not talking about the altcoins, but with Bitcoin, it feels as though ever since institutional money got involved in this space, right? And especially since options got introduced and we've got these ETFs, that are tied to Bitcoin, I feel like the moves are much more muted, and
Yeah.
I feel like the animal spirits, like when we have those moments where we're starting to break out, like we were in like mid-August when Bitcoin broke above 120. I feel like those moves used to just bring everybody in, and these things would run for a while. And
Yep.
now you got smart money, quote unquote smart money, playing these things, and they're hip to what's going on, and they're like, oh, these are great opportunities to sell into these rallies where formerly we would just rip them for another 10%. So it feels like just the moves are getting a little muted, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's an interesting observation, at least I've had.
The institutions come in as these markets are more developed over time, and you're going to get less volatility. You might get more shakeouts and stuff like that, but overall less volatility. And we've seen it. We've seen it play out with Bitcoin happening to Ethereum. I think you're going to see it happen to Solana and friends. Solana, I mean, we pounded the table on when it broke out above this 165-ish level. It's been the leader over the past few weeks, but still nothing to write home about. Moving in the right direction, making good money on it. But like, come on, this is crypto. Like, I want Solana at 300 yesterday.
Yep.
This is a bull market. They're mooning the space and exploration stocks, and I can't get Solana to catch a nice bid. It's kind of crazy.
Well, look, I don't mean to make it sound like I'm complaining about the institutional money coming into Bitcoin, because the flip side of what I just mentioned is that when we have sell-offs, they're not as wild, they're not as severe, right? We're not getting the 20% overnight gap down, which we've seen many times in Bitcoin. So, there's good and there's bad, and it's just it's an asset that's starting to grow up, right? I mean, yeah, there's still wildness in the altcoin space for sure, and that's going to persist for a while, but Bitcoin is starting to grow up, and that doesn't mean it's still not a good investment, right? It could still go to, 100 or 400,000 for the coin. It still could go to 1 million, right? It's just going to get there a little bit smoother than what we're used to.
Are you in, like, do you have any options positions on any of these things? I'm in a bunch of these.
I was in the Ethereum one, but I got shaken out a little while
You're
ago.
in ETHA?
Yeah.
But you made money.
Actually, no. I was in ETHA options that expired in August, and I haven't gotten back in. That's what it was. So I had a good trade in ETHA. I got out on expiration day, which was it was the 5th. Was that the 15th? I've not been back in, but I had a good ride in that one. In fact, it was one of my better trades of the summer.
So I see here the chat just can't help themselves. Sydney Sweeney fans are out here this morning. I got a text message from a friend yesterday who has, awesome analyst market person, but never really traded options. Everybody's trading options. It's the hot thing to do. Sean knows about this. Sean's been on options long before any of us, but everybody's doing it these days. Everyone wants to be an option trader. So he's trying new things, and he's been like learning using little amounts of capital, right? And he sent me a screenshot yesterday. He had the bull call spread on AEO and went like 5, 6, 7x on it. So I think he just had like his options like light bulb moment. You know what I mean? Like when that first one really works and starts running on you. So he was psyched about that. So shout out to him. Options trading for the win, right?
Yeah, I have an AEO position on too. This is nice. This is nice development. So what? I'm the old guy in the room. Sydney Sweeney. She's the new hottest, the new hot girl, right? Is that what the deal is?
Yeah, she did like the new denim campaign. I don't even know. It's up on earnings. So it's up on earnings today. So that worked a little bit.
How did she get on everyone's radar? Was she on that first season of White Lotus? Is that where she came from?
No, she was apparently on like that kids show. Because I asked this a couple weeks ago and the chat corrected me. She was on one of these like sketchy kids shows on Netflix or HBO. What was it called?
I don't know. I think it's funny that there are sketchy kids shows.
Yeah, you remember like when I was growing up, there were sketchy kids shows that like you could watch, like the bad kids watched them. Do you remember that movie Kids? It was literally just called Kids. Yeah. We watched some fucked up shit when I was growing up. So she was on a show like that, and she got famous. I think she was nude a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, that's one way to build a young male audience.
But anyway, people must be buying the jeans because that's a big part of their business. Obviously, at American Eagle, they also make like great shorts. Up 27% this morning on earnings.
Wow, that's great. Somehow that slipped my radar. I was looking at Credo this morning. That's also having a nice gap.
Is that a semi? The CRDO.
CRDO,
Yo.
Credo Technology. It's gapping up 12% this morning to new all-time highs.
And I'll say another thing, because we talk about this kind of stuff, even though we shouldn't, because we're not experts at all on the show. It seems to me, as a person who went to the outlets this weekend, it
Ooh.
seems to me that everything is really good out there. I couldn't move in some of these stores. There's like nobody where I live in Southwest Florida, especially this time of year. Couldn't get a parking space. Polo outlet, absolutely jam packed. Travis Matthews, jam packed. There are a lot of cool stores there. Actually, I will be going back. This was like things called the Mirror outlet.
I've not been back to a mall in a while. I have to admit.
And Polo, I thought it was interesting, barely marking down their stuff. You go to some of these other outlet stores, everything's like 60% off. Polo not budging. And I'm telling my mom, I'm like, the stock's at new all-time highs. These guys are killing it.
Well, you know what I did. I'm glad we're having Jeff Macke on the show today because he'll talk about
Why didn't I
this.
save this for him? Yeah, right.
Jeff Macke turned me on because he wrote about this. He turned me on to Stitch Fix. And so now I'm getting clothes delivered to me. In fact, I have a package arriving today. Maybe it'll arrive during the show. We could open it up with Jeff. That would be funny.
I tried it like 3 or 4 years ago. I tried it last cycle. You like it?
I mean, I've only gotten one package so far. Today will be package number 2, but who knows? Maybe I'll have some cool new threads I'll wear in Toronto when you see me, and I'll say, hey, this is Stitch Fix.
Yeah. Let me know how it goes. I'm always skeptical. I like to pick out my own clothes. I don't mind shopping. You know, Sean knows I like shopping.
Yeah, you're a shopper. I used to be a shopper. I don't know. I don't find it enjoyable anymore. I just I don't. Yeah, most of the clothes I own these days, my wife picked out for me. Or it's like conference swag from like Huntington Beach.
Mary said the stores are dead in Michigan. See, it's really interesting. These, what do you call that when it's like, what do you call this kind of take? It's not
hot take.
No, there's a word for like that. It means nothing.
Oh,
Because you're taking it from like just your experience outside your doorstep.
I don't
There's
know.
a word for that. Market people use it all the time. So here's the problem with Salesforce. Do we have a chart, Slick Rick? We got Slick Rick from Mexico City.
Hey, Rick.
On the charts today. Yep. But he's in New York City now. The analyst team guys, Sean, I got to tell you, it must be a nice life. It must be a good place to work here because these guys, they're globetrotting all around the world. Every day, somebody's in a different place. Sam's in Greece. Alfonso's in Sicily. Rick's coming back and forth from Mexico City to New York City to Washington, D.C. I don't know where anybody is at any given time, but all the work gets done.
You're going to have a hard time keeping up with me in October. I'm going to be all over the place in October.
You're the ringleader of it. Sean's in a different state every time I talk to him. I don't know where the hell he is. Is this your mobile office? You carry this bookshelf around?
This is my house. And it's getting hot in here. I'm taking off my sweatshirt.
And we'll all be, all right, take it easy now. And we'll all be hanging out together in, I guess, a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Toronto, baby. Toronto, one of my favorite cities.
We got Kenny in the house. We're going to wait 1 minute on Kenny. Salesforce.com. Sean, you heard of it?
I've heard of it. Oh, yeah. I used to use it long ago.
CRM. What was that? Customer Resource Management, I believe. These guys are the industry leader. They've always done everything right. They've always been able to figure out that next big thing and stay kind of on top and in this industry leading position. And right now, this is one of those they missed AI stories.
Oh.
And we've seen it over. Hey, remember when Google missed AI a couple months ago? Look at you now, Google. Go Google. Apple missed AI just a couple weeks ago. Look at you now, Apple. These companies don't miss AI. They just swing and miss maybe once or swing and miss another time, but then they keep swinging because they have infinite money, and eventually they hit and they catch AI, and they're in the position to keep leading and keep taking swings and figuring it out. Right now, Salesforce is one of those problems. Top line, big issue. Whatever they're doing with the new AI stuff, it is not working. It is not driving sales growth like a lot of these other companies. But I will say, Mark Benioff has been one of the top tech sector CEOs my whole career. He's always figured it out. This is one of those names that just has such a monster cash pile. They're going to keep trying. They have probably some of the smartest engineers and tech people in the world working there. I think they figure it out, and you probably get the stock at a big discount here. It's just the same bet as we make with any of the other Mag 7s. I think you want to think of this stock as a Mag 7, give these guys the benefit of the doubt. There's only one of the like Mag 7 type names that has been hit with the they missed AI narrative and not turned around so far this cycle, and that's Adobe. I don't think Salesforce will be another one. I think they'll figure it out. So I'm really interested, and I'm going to start, watching, seeing how this action shakes out. I have no position in it right now. I will have a position in this soon, at least in the long-term account.
One thing about Salesforce always impresses me is I don't know if you've been to San Francisco recently, Steve, but like downtown San Francisco, like Salesforce owns all the prime real estate down there. And San Francisco, as we all know, is some of the most expensive real estate in the country. So something's going right at Salesforce.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of these tech companies, huge presences, San Diego, San Francisco, all these California cities.
Well, that's where they come from, right?
Yeah.
All right, we bring Kenny up. Let's bring Kenny up.
Let's get Kenny on here.
Dude, I've hung out with Kenny so much.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my club, they tug it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Hola. Yeah.
Dude, I don't get to do this very often because Kenny's not on when I'm on, but I love the end of his thing is hola. What's going on?
What is wrong with you? He's always over there polishing his coins. Did you guys stay out of trouble in Manhattan?
This was my COVID mask. I used to piss people off every time I'd go to the airports, and it wouldn't. Every time somebody comes, sir, oh, get out.
That's hilarious. he just loves to poke people. You guys were just hanging out in Colorado?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah,
I got to meet Mrs. Kenny. I got to meet Mrs. Kenny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. I got to meet my cousin too. Hell of a guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Times, man.
And Steve, you mentioned that Kenny likes to polish his coins. I was there in Colorado. He bought some new coins in Colorado while we were hanging out.
I was asking him about it.
Nice.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
You think you got any fakes in your collection? You think you've been duped yet?
Yeah, somewhere probably in there. There's a lot of illegality, That's why you got to get a good tester, kids. It's $1,000. It'll test your coins. It'll save you money.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Did you test those ones you bought in Colorado?
I'm gonna. No, I haven't tested them yet. Actually, I have faith. Colorado people wouldn't steer me wrong.
I think it's super cool. You're like really into this.
Yeah, well, I mean, now getting excited because it's almost up 100%. So I've been steadily buying silver since the $18, $19, $20 break. Awesome. And if it gets through 50, I think it's just going to be like anything else. All-time high break through 50. Maybe we go to 80, maybe 120. Oh my, that'd be
silver
awesome.
Looks great.
Yeah,
I wish I did it through silver bars. I'm over here in these shitty silver miners like AG. The stocks don't even freaking move.
But AGQ moves. You guys, you ever look at I think it's a double or triple leverage SLV, the AGQ. That's the one you want to day trade.
Stop. Oh my.
Oh yeah, God. I didn't even know that existed.
Really? Yeah, there's a couple of those. Well, then again, there's like a. I'm learning about these trade. There's almost a 2 or 3x version of every stock now. Like I see a stock go by like SMUP. I'm like, what the hell is SMUP? SMUP. And it's just SMR's 2x version. Like, why would SMR have its own ETF? Every stock has
coming after people like us, hot stocks people who are trading these speculative growth stocks, and those are the ones that they're giving the leveraged funds on. Even like these China names, they all have leveraged funds. It's like the hot stocks. They know what they're doing.
Right. I have a friend over that works over at Rex Shares. I wonder if they have the 10x ready. They're just waiting, just to spring that on us, right?
Of course it's coming. Of course it's coming.
That's something that this industry should try to push through during the current administration. See how far they could push this. Some more responsible adults come in and check this out.
Well, I mean, look, retail Forex traders have access to like 100-to-1 leverage, right? Why can't stock traders have that?
It's a fair point, right? Like, let us all die. Let us all kill ourselves, I guess. All right, Kenny, what are you watching now? I'm gonna go heat up my coffee. You guys
you nailed it. I'm watching CRM. There's a pretty good list today. Speaking of old school, I don't even know if this is the same company because a lot of them take the symbol. You guys remember Sienna?
Yeah,
I mean,
I
this is
remember
going
Sienna.
back 1997. This is Black and Lucent days.
Sienna's still around.
Yeah, is this the same Sienna, the telecommunication stock?
I don't know. I just
I
know
don't
him as
know, but
ticker
let
symbols.
me show you a wonderful chart. And actually, I just blew up my charts. Hang on a second.
Oh man, blew a
There
gasket.
they are. I've come unprepared for class as always. Here you go. So here's Sienna, my friends, and I haven't looked at this stock in years. But they reported earnings this morning, rip out of the gate, and there's my little favorite chart pattern. So little fake out, shake out back above the VWAP. That's your cue to buy, and this thing just rallied 7 points. So have a nice morning. And the CRM trade, a little bit less explosive, but the same type of thing. And again, Strazza was just saying, you're looking to buy the stock at some point. There's the fake out, shake out, and there's your little VWAP, and now it's come back. But these are the trades that we take every day to make a living. Again, and yesterday, Macy's kind of boring, but it was nice trade. Dollar Tree kind of boring, but it was a pretty good day. So, that's what I'm going to stay focused on. You got HPE, who looks at Hewlett Packard except for earnings day. So that should be in play today. Big smackdown. Now it's rallied back. So stocks that are gapped up, I'm looking to short, and stocks that are gapped down, I look to buy.
When you talked about Hewlett Packard there for a second, I didn't realize that there are two stocks tied to Hewlett Packard. We got that HPE, and then there's the original HPQ. What's that all about?
Yeah, I think it was the spinoff of the printers or something like that. They went in two different directions. I think it's a little bit. I think it's that simple, as a matter of fact.
It's that simple, kind of like the GE
like
thing.
Goog and Goog L. I don't know the difference between them, but
that always perplexes me too. I don't understand that either. Why can't we just have one stock?
Right. And I don't even know what either one of them does separately. What's the difference anyway?
Yeah, they
so
trade.
What's going on? What are you guys looking at today? What's going on, Sean? You hosting the show today? I love it.
I'm not hosting. I'm just helping out. I'm just helping out. I'm looking at the two stocks in my portfolio. I mean, I'm talking my book, right? But I've got two stocks that are gapping higher today: Credo and AEO.
Nice.
We were talking about the Sydney Sweeney stock earlier. AEO,
right? Yeah. Talk to me about Credo. This was a stock when I worked a couple of years back at this company. It was a company that I was buying against the normal trend that I do. I was buying prior to the earnings report, and they came out with earnings, and they said they lost their number one client, and the stock went down. I think it was like a $15 stock, and it went down like 40%. Basically, the stock's gone up every day since that moment. And this is a $9 stock when I owned it, and now it's 141. I mean, it's obviously something's changed. What exactly do they do?
You're asking me? I have no idea. Come on, man. I just look at the symbols. I don't care.
Oh, I thought you were hip to this. I thought you were a fundamental guy.
Come on now. I mean, they're a tech company. That's all I know. Know.
Well, you know what? The same person that brought me Credo at around $8 was the same person that told me NVTS was kind of like Credo's long lost cousin. And I'm still waiting for NVTS to wake up. And, NVIDIA mentioned NVTS in a conference call about 6 months ago, and really hasn't amounted to anything. But yeah, Credo. Wow. But
okay, well, I'm as we're talking here, I am querying Chat GPT to find out what Credo technology does. So their core mission, here it is. This is educational for all of us. Their core mission is to develop high-speed, energy-efficient, and reliable wired connectivity solutions specifically designed for AI-driven applications. There you go.
That's a fraud.
All the keywords.
If the word systems and applications wasn't in the profile, I wouldn't have liked the stock, because it's always a system, it's an application, yes, or a solution.
You better have AI in there too.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Specifically designed for AI-driven applications.
There you go. AIsolutions.com. I'm going public next week. What do you do? Nothing. It's just a great name for a company. See ya.
Kenny, are you touching any of these new issues? I know the Figma's all over the news lately.
Well,
the Fig.
We were just talking about this Fig, and how do you not conjure up a good report on your first one? That's how terrible. I don't even know what this, again, I don't know what this company does, but this is their first earnings release on an IPO. You'd think you cook the books, work the numbers, finagle something to come out with something good to say, and they had
Yeah.
nothing positive to say.
No, Kenny, normally that's like late cycle IPO behavior. Like the good
Mm.
ones will come out first, and then they'll like sneak in all the bad ones in the final inning of the bull market, and then they'll be down 95% by the next cycle.
Yeah, these last 3 IPOs have been pretty brutal. The Fig, the Fly, and the
Fly, yeah.
the FLY and the Blush BLSH. But one of these will turn and make
That's
a
the
run.
bullish one, bullish whatever. What a
Yeah,
name.
yeah. How do you not want to own a stock?
Yeah.
Bullish.
What do they do? Bullish.
They're just waiting for Webull to go to zero so they could buy their ticker.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, but these last again, as the bear here, right? When I saw these IPOs failing, I was like, "Oh, that's an indictment on the health of this market." No, nothing is. Nothing. No, we're never going down. So, I mean, normally when these IPOs, like the IPO, this has been a great year for IPOs, and these last 3 have been kind of like, brutal. If you didn't get out, you had some, a decent open on some of them, but man, they've given back a lot. Even the CoreWeave's given back down. You got your Circle going back down, and Circle looks awful. This one really broke down. And again, if you've been watching, if this thing, once it gets under 120, chances are this thing's going back to $80. And then, we'll see which one of these companies, survives. And most of the times IPOs are not good. And these last 4 or 5 are, starting to roll over. But
Kenny, do you trade IPOs like in the first couple of days that they come out, or you wait for those things to form some
yeah,
patterns?
we trade them as soon as they come out. Again, it depends on the price. I like the ones that, if they're totally hyped up and they've already opened, like CoreWeave, I didn't bother trading it that first day. But the ones that open up at like between 20 and 30, and they're not completely just crazy, and you get a feel for them, those have been good, but usually I just wait for the sell-off to happen first and then get involved. Speaking of an IPO that was one of the most, one of the better IPOs that no one talks about, Viking Cruise Lines. I bought the IPO because I like, my parents love the cruise. They talked about the
JC's
Viking.
not here. We could say nice things about cruises. Go.
Right. Talk to my parents. They go on 2 cruises every year. But this is one of those IPOs that just flew under the radar. And, normally when you see the IPO come out, you'll see some selling. You really didn't see any selling. And it just basically just took off right out of the gate. And this has been a really nice stock. And chances are this thing's going to $80 and 120. If anybody knows about Viking Cruise Lines, but no one speaks about it. Nobody talked about it. And wonderful trade for the entire year so far. Look at this beautiful chart. But yeah, normally I'm, I trade IPOs. I'll trade anything that's moving. But normally we're sticking with these earnings reports. I'm all over the CRM. I'm all over Credo today. I'm all over HPE and AI. This one is getting hammered. So yeah. I'm looking for a little turn on this one. And we're starting to get the little chart pattern that I love so much.
So C3 AI, 3 years in, still not quite an AI stock. Still not quite an AI stock.
Right.
All right.
It was the first one, right? It was the first one. That was
there. Look at there. Give them time.
This stock got the craze going, and that's when everything started going nuts. And then people realized this is not even an AI stock. But
speaking of another dumpster fire, before you go, Kenny, you probably like this one. Snapchat is either gonna break down to new lows and slowly decline to 0 and go away forever, which would be awesome, or it's gonna dig in right here, and this is exactly where you want this stock.
Why do you hate Snapchat?
Because this stock has been so bad for so long. I think this is one of the most poorly run companies in the entire market. This Evan is a complete
it had that one good run, yeah. And I like it. I like the app. I don't know what it is. That just makes me laugh. But
you use Snapchat? That's creepy.
No, I don't use it, but I'm just saying every time I'm on it, there's some filter that makes me laugh, and then I forget about it for 6 months.
Love it.
This stock's like Peloton, it's just like there's going to be a point where it has another, $5 rip in it, and then it'll just roll over and die. By the way, nice call on that Peloton. I know Sean was involved on some leaks.
I'm involved in that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Good job.
Jeff loves the Peloton, so let's get him on here to talk about it. That'll be a great segue. Thank you, Kenny. Good luck out there today.
Wait, before we go, tonight we're doing the schmooze. Everybody's invited. We'll be sending out the link. We're going to be talking about nuclear stocks, another sector I'm just learning about. And a lot of people I've been talking to are really getting excited about the sector. So we're going to be talking about some nuclear stocks, looking at some charts. I got my podcast host Don Corleone coming on, and we'll talk about the health of the market and if seasonality is going to kick in ever. So
The nuke schmooze.
yes,
I met that Don Corleone last week in Manhattan. Good dude. Good dude.
very nice guy. Yeah. Very big fan of the fundamentals also. So it's a nice yin and yang we got going on.
Sick. Well, enjoy that.
See you guys tonight.
The nuclears are a hot spot. Check that out tonight, everybody. Thank you, Kenny. Get rid of them, Izzy, and run that bumper. Let's get Jeff in here. I'm going to tell him about my boots on the ground.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hit it.
Do we got a hot bumper for Jeff? Where's the hot bumper is? Oh, man.
Hit it. Izzy, you're doing so good up until right now.
Oh, he's just not here. That's the problem.
Oh, it's my fault. Okay. Is Jeff coming, or are we just going to do our own thing out here? Jeff not here yet.
In fairness,
Okay.
It's 6 a.m. where he lives, so I get
I
it.
don't know how you West Coast folks do it. Some days I'm literally just rolling out of bed for the show. Are you?
Well, we know.
Yeah, like I literally I just got here and it's 8:29. A lot of times it's 8:31 actually. What else do we have in the news today? So Nvidia, with earnings out of the way, been struggling a little bit here, but it's the whole mega cap tech situation. You're getting a lot of talk right now about rotation, right? And whenever I hear these discussions or read research or a note on the rotation, it's always about the negatives of the rotation out of tech. I think you flip that on its head and you talk about the positives of money flowing and finally rotating into some of these lagging groups. Small caps, biotechs, banks, financials are red hot out here. All of these other groups that some of them weren't participating much at all, even like we're talking about the transports out here and stuff, they're catching flows from that rotational theme, right? So I think some money coming out of the winners is simply just something that happens every single cycle. Big winners end up becoming the ATMs when participation broadens. In other words, I'm up 5x in NVIDIA. I'm up 8x in Palantir. Hey, all of a sudden Citigroup and Bank of America are working and breaking out of the base. Why don't I take some profits, right? Take some off the table, reduce my exposure to some of these early leaders. In other words, sell shares of NVIDIA or Palantir and buy some Bank of America or, God forbid, an energy stock or the Russell 2000. That's what wise investors do throughout the course of a bull market. And that's why we get these rotational themes playing out. So I think that's all this is, a little bit of profit taking in some of the best stocks. And that's what's weighing on these large cap tech indexes. Am I crazy to think that this is nothing, Sean?
You're not crazy at all. And I'm looking at my open positions right now, and the 4 biggest profits I have open on the books right now are all mining stocks. I should probably start taking some profits.
Yeah.
KGC, SSRM, Newmont, and the GDXJ are my 4 biggest open profits right now. That's telling me something.
Talk to our friend Steven Weitzel. He's been all over this, and I'm with him. Look, the gold thing's gone on for a long time. I'm not saying it's over, but it's late. You're late. To start a new bullish position in gold right here, I just can't get myself to do it. I've been long a lot of miners too since last year, and I'm looking at ringing the register. And frankly, I'll also say I'm frustrated by the performance of some of the silver miners I got in. Some have worked really well. WPM's been great. PAS has been okay. SSRM has been amazing. AG has been absolutely terrible. So it's been a mixed bag for me. But I think that at least that trend in just wild leadership, precious metals, gold has outperformed any currency.
Yeah. Hey, Rick, if you could get us a GDXJ chart while we're talking about this, that'd be great.
It's outperformed. Throw up the GDXJs from the slide deck from last night, Rick. Bring in those gold charts and let's just run through them because these charts are amazing and there are some big levels in play. Gold has outperformed any currency. It's making new highs in every currency. Any commodity, gold has been the top one there. Easily outperforming the bond market this cycle. Gold has also outperformed the S&P 500, any stock market index this cycle, right, off of the 2022 lows. So this has been the top dog. And I don't think the cycle ends, Sean, and we're still saying, oh, gold outperformed the whole time. No, that would be, honestly, it'd be strange. It is a defensive
I
asset.
see in chat someone said the GAU is just taking off. Just taking off. The thing's ripped 100% in the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'll just say it again. No one who's buying gold or silver today is early. No one. Kenny's been pumping his coins and bragging about his coins for 3 months now. Okay, this is the kind of stuff you see at the end, not the beginning.
Yep.
My mom wanted to buy a gold bar from Costco for my dad's birthday. I don't hear these things in normal times. So we're there, kind of.
I listened to a podcast recently about a guy who had some kind of hack. Speaking of gold at Costco, he had some kind of hack where
He was stealing the gold bars.
He wasn't stealing them. He wasn't stealing them, but he was getting them at a discount through Costco, and then like using like the Costco, credit card and getting like all these points. It was like a points hack.
They shouldn't allow you to get discounts on the jewelry. Retailers should be smarter than that.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how it was, but he definitely was talking about this hack where he was like just repeatedly making tons of money, not tons of money, but good money repeatedly, where he was buying the gold bar at a discount, and getting points, with his credit card and something else. And it was like, hey, it sounded pretty cool, but it also sounded very hard. And I think that Costco was waking up to what he was doing and making it hard for him.
He was like, hey, can I see one of the gold bars? And he was slipping it into a hot dog bun and replacing it with a fake gold bar. Did you see the toilet seat swiper at Home Depot? You see this lady? Swiping the toilet seats? What the hell is wrong with people? I went to, I don't even know, O'Reilly. There's too many of them. AutoZone. I needed replacement wiper blades.
For your car? Yep.
It was at O'Reilly. Just the other day. Right here. Get home. Take them out of the package. Some asshole bought one, took his old wiper blades off, put it back in the box, brought it back, and returned it to the store with the old wiper blade in the box. So I open it up thinking I got a brand new wiper blade. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And it's just sad, Sean, that some people are such scumbags, I think, is the moral of that story.
People take advantage of Costco's very liberal return policy. And that's a perfect example.
Imagine being the guy that has to watch the people stealing at these stores. I'll bet they have crazy stories.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
I'm not talking about the checker. They have undercover agents walking around these department stores. You know that? Like they're watching you. That's how they got the toilet seat swiper.
The toilet seat swiper. That's a good nickname to have.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I don't know if you saw that.
Parents are buying gold bars too. Everybody's doing it.
Our boy Jeff Macke is here. He's ready.
Get him on. Run the bumper. Jeff Macke.
Jay, we've been friends for a long time. Make the call.
I mean, this is pretty professional, guys.
Nice show you got going here.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. Hopefully you can hear me. Everybody hear me okay? We're good?
Audio sounds great. You look fantastic.
Thank you. As do you, my friend.
So
Jeff, I've
you're
been the guy who looked at shoplifters in stores. I've been that guy. My first job was at Macy's. And you wouldn't, it just kind of part of your soul dies a little bit every time someone's like, these were a gift. We used to have this entire family of just tiny people, just tiny local people. And the guy would come in with like size 42 pants, which you could literally fit like 2 of them in there. And he'd be like, gift, and you're just like, you got to get better friends. I mean, if this is a gift, you need better friends.
You gotta like lose faith in the world a little bit, just seeing that stuff on a regular basis, I would imagine.
I'm just having an image of Macke like on the other side of the aisle, like peering through the thing, like staring at you and watching. Like, wow, that'd be terrifying.
Working retail is generally terrifying. It was a great first job. I mean, anything you can imagine happening in a fitting room is gonna happen in a fitting room in Macy's Herald Square store, probably today. I mean, it does just let your mind run wild with that, and it's happened. I've heard about it. I mean, it's someone knows somebody who did it.
So seriously, we hear these stories, particularly about the pharmacies, like what are they called, like the grab and run situation. Some of these retailers are just dealing with like legit safety issues. Somebody in the chat just said somebody got shot at Home Depot. Like, these should be safe places. Are retailers like Home Depot actually like struggling with this in the same way like the pharmacy companies?
Not as bad as they were. It's when you think about those pharmacy companies, though, everything that they had there was just really going to be an impulse buy while you're waiting to pick up a script, right? which was totally stealable stuff. I'd like a digital clock. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take all the Tylenol, and I'm going to, and so nothing can be on display because you don't have clerks walking up and down. And so the smash and grab is actually, theft itself is going down. It's heading back, which is nice, but you still have these stores like Target is in a lot of categories where it's like, are you sure you should sell TVs? Because you're not going to staff it. And all you're doing, it's like this, just you're setting me up to be annoyed. I'm going to tap this button and I'm going to wait 20 minutes for a dude to show up and he might have the keys. And he for sure knows nothing about television. It's like, are you gonna, don't sell these anymore.
So Jeff, this brings up a good point. We were talking about this before you came on. Is the future of retail going to be more something like what Stitch Fix does? We were talking about Stitch Fix earlier. You turned me on to Stitch Fix, by the way. I blame you.
There you go.
I'm now using it. I have a package coming today. My second package. We'll see what
nice. You see, and that's a good example. Like we're long and it's just a product that they've got such a moat. It's a ZERP company that's actually created a really good business that if you can find it and you like it, it's awesome. You would never do a startup that's going to replicate it. It's the Peloton's the same way. You're not going to start a connected fitness business right now. So they've just got this nice little moat and a nice little chance to generate cash. And like you say, it's a great way to shop. It really fits.
Yeah, like look, I never would have thought that I could have clothes delivered to me. Like, I feel like you got to try them on, right? But they make it so easy. Like, they give you a bunch of stuff. They don't expect you to keep everything. Like you keep what you like, you send it back, you tell them what you didn't like about it, and the next time it gets better, and they have your sizes a little better. And
yeah. And AI makes all that better, actually, and it already does. Your workout apps, they actually can suggested things to you. They can give you feedback on it. Your clothing apps, they kind of know what you like, what you didn't, and you don't have to give them a ton of input before they're sending you clothes that fit. I still like to touch stuff and try it, and mostly I like to see how the store's operating. But it's much easier to buy online than it ever has been.
I would imagine the value proposition on these, like we'll send you a box subscription type deals like Stitch Fix, has really improved this cycle with AI. They're probably able to do what they do better, right?
Oh, by far. I mean, it's all the apps are amazing. And this year, for the first time ever, according to Price Waterhouse, sorry, I got a frog in my throat. Shopping versus stores is going to be about 50-50 split, which is an amazing kind of online and going to the physical stores, which, that was before COVID, about 16% of retail was done online. So that's just a huge gain. You're not alone in preferring the online experience for sure.
I like the in-store experience for a lot of things. Like I'm happy to go to the online store, but I like to try it on first. Like I'll buy the same shirts in every color kind of thing. I'm usually getting the first one in the store and then following up online for the rest. That's kind of like, that's my system.
Everyone's got a system, man. And that's got it's always, to me, it's just freaking happy days and rainbows for consumers because it's awesome now. It's never been easier just to find stuff that fits and is decent, looks good on you, right from your house, kind of however you want it. We truly live in like an age of miracles. And you're seeing this huge bifurcation of like the Targets in the world where they haven't invested in the infrastructure. What are you going to do to catch up to Amazon? Amazon's going to raise fees on same day shipping. I'm sorry, but if you can find a different place to bring you like AA batteries for free in a half an hour, then knock yourself out. Why don't you use them instead?
5 days to deliver my batteries. They couldn't find them. I didn't even know if they were going to come. And I was thinking to myself, Walmart would have delivered these things in an hour and a half.
Walmart is crushing, dude. They're crushing so hard, and they're so smart. They stopped
I'm using it.
They stopped kind of a lot of the theft stuff just by having an old guy sit at the door and check your receipt. Just super Walmart solution. Like we're just going to kind of dumb this down and just maybe put like little roadblocks, and it solves probably 80% of the problem.
Jeff, I feel bad. I feel bad telling you this, but I got short Target this week.
That's okay.
Really?
It doesn't look good.
Yeah, it's not a great looking chart, and no, it doesn't look good. It's the new CEO's got his work cut out for him, man. He's got to go Corleone really fast. I said it when they hired him. He took an insider, and people look around the store and they're like, "Wow, they hired the dude who made this," because the place isn't looking so tip top. He needs to just kind of identify himself as a change agent as opposed to just a continuation of the past regime.
Is there a giant valuation gap? Because I'm thinking of Walmart as more and more like Amazon every day. You've been on this for a long time, bullish Walmart, talking about this. Is there a big valuation gap? Like, is there a move for Walmart to be re-rated as more of a tech stock, or it's already a pretty
It's
expensive stock?
really expensive for some
Yeah.
reason. I mean,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
for one thing, the have-nots are just a giant feeder pool
Yeah.
for the big stores.
Yep.
Walmart's first reaction to tariffs and every reaction to tariffs is like, what happens at the end of this is we totally win because we have more money. And so that's just fine with us. If we're kind of the only place that can shop, we'll grind the crap out of our suppliers because it turns out we're the biggest retailer on earth.
They're
So,
just bullies.
you're
Straight
probably
up
going to
bullies.
want to send us the sauna that you make in China. You're probably going to want to eat some of this.
Yeah.
They operate
pick the
really
price.
well.
They pick the price, not the supplier of the goods, right?
And no one else has that kind of juice. And so, it kicks off enough cash flow. Costco's the other one. And of course, Amazon. Those are the three kings, man, because they've got other cash flow streams. They've got models that work whether you want like 80 pounds of ramen noodles or say a gold brick. You go to Costco. It's just that kind of treasure hunt. Let's just walk in. They didn't even have to screw around with pricing because they openly try to make nothing on the retail side. They're like, we totally make money on the membership. It costs us 5 cents to print your name on a plastic thing.
Hey, we got to give a shout out to the chat. Someone in there wrote it. It's ironic that it's never been easier to shop, yet people still out here wearing Crocs with socks.
It's because it's never been a classier time in America. Crocs are amazing. Are you kidding me? What's the matter with that? That's
I think he's commenting on the wearing the Crocs with the socks. That's the thing.
Justin Bieber does it. He looks cool.
Justin Bieber does a lot of things you shouldn't do. Listen,
fair enough.
I went to the outlets today. I don't think you heard me, but we've been talking about retail all morning in the spirit of Jeff Macke. So I was thinking about you while I was there. This place was slammed. I could barely park. I had to park like a parking lot away. I'm waiting in line the whole time. Some of these stores, outlet stores, not even discounting their prices like Ralph Lauren. I couldn't believe how high the prices were for an outlet store.
Yeah.
So I saw boots on the ground a little bit. And in this dead zone that I live in the middle of hurricane season, it was absolutely jammed at the outlet stores. And it looked like all good from me. Am I doing that analysis wrong?
No, but if the parking lot's full, it doesn't really matter where you are. People don't go out shopping when they're feeling strapped. I'm feeling cash strapped, so I'm going to the outlet store to save money. That's not a thing that happens. People just, they forego the slightly irregular shirt that they would get at the outlet store. So yeah, if you see it crowded, the data's coming in where, everyone's telling the University of Michigan just how piss poor they are and the world's fallen to hell in a handbasket. And then they go out and shop.
Liars. Yeah.
What's that?
Who are these liars?
I think it's just the UMich poll has gone in the last 10 years from being like 98, 100 every month to the mid to low 60s. And they're not questioning our data. It's like maybe your poll's a little busted because that's a dramatic change in the score there.
I question that data every time JC pulls the chart up on this show. Don't you worry.
Yeah. It's not great. It's not super useful. Did you guys see American Eagle? Holy crap. Holy crap.
That was earnings. Basically, the marketing effort worked. Is that the right takeaway?
Super right takeaway. I lost my squash right away when I saw the ad just because it's awesome. And
yeah, you were on it, Jeff. You called it out right away. Like, this is great.
Look at this.
Spencer and I were literally talking about that at the green spiky at the end there. And it's like, this thing has held 10 for 20 years. That seems kind of, 20 years is a long time. It seems like it's getting kind of cheap. The multiples are super cheap. They didn't even have guidance for 2025. And the real secret sauce here is that American Eagle is founded by this brilliant guy who is kind of sometimes engaged, kind of sometimes not so much. But when they're focused, they're really good. And those ads were smart. They weren't a racial whistle. They were a shout back to a Brooke Shields ad that did just a ton of business and put Calvin Klein on the map as a fashion brand, tripled his revenues in 2 years. And it's cool. Brooke Shields at 15 years old talking about genetics and how great her genes are, which is hilarious because we're just appalled about all the wrong things. It's like, she's 15, you creepy. Like, you're not, like, this ad is the problem. Sydney Sweeney, she's more clothed in those ads than she is in anything. People liked them because they were cool.
When was that?
Was Brooke Shields? That was 1980. Yeah. Nothing comes between me and my Calvins. That was another one. She's been traumatized by it. She wrote a book about it. You got to pick up with Gen X culture there, Steve.
Strazza is showing his young age here.
I know. He's just a whippersnapper.
Last time I was in an American Eagle store, everybody wore these jeans. When I was in high school, you go way to the left side of this chart. If you bought it then, you're at the same place today. It's gone absolutely nowhere.
No, absolutely nowhere. But you can trade this thing, man. This is a great dating stock because once they get their act together, and that's what people are betting on today. It's not that irrational. The stock went up 20% just on the ad. They dropped the ad on financial television. I was climbing onto my Peloton watching CNBC. I almost fell off the damn thing because it's so seldom that you see a decent commercial for anything anymore. And I immediately kind of recognized it as like the Brooke Shields thing. And I was like, this is so smart and so not American Eagle. They're going to sell a ton of jeans. And that's all it takes. That's 40% of what American Eagle does is denim. So selling a lot more jeans than they expected to, that's enough. With the stock at $10 and 10 times earnings, that's plenty. It's better than expected. It's great.
You talk so damn fast. What is their product mix? How much comes from denim?
About 30-40%.
Wow. That's
so, it's as goes denims. And I've written about the denim explosion. Denim's actually doing pretty well.
They're all looking good.
Yeah, right. And just kind of quietly being ugly. The denim index. Look at that. Look at that bad boy making a move.
Jeff, I've been quietly thinking about buying a jean jacket for the first time in 20 years. I'm bringing it back.
Everyone's bringing it back, man. And it's coming at the expense of Lulu. Lulu reports tonight. We'll see how they're holding up. But, American Eagle crushed. They changed the whole conversation last night. And all of a sudden you're looking at something really cheap that is culturally relevant for the first time since like you were in high school, Strazza. I mean, for a long time.
Yeah.
Strazza, have you guys heard of the Canadian tuxedo? You guys heard of this?
No.
I grew up in Minnesota. I've heard of the Canadian everything, man.
The Canadian tuxedo is you're wearing jeans and you're wearing a jean jacket. So I might bring that to Toronto in a couple of weeks. We'll see.
And you need a trucker hat, depending on where you are in Canada.
Yeah.
Reminds me of show Trailer Park Boys. I made a reference back to old fashioned, and Spencer and JC totally missed it. I said Gap needs to bring back the Old Navy tech vests, and nobody remembered that.
Old Navy crushed it. Gap has really been kind of disappointing. I'm long that. I'm long Gap too. One of them is just perennial disappointment, and the other is rapturous. But Gap, they got to get their mojo back. They really should be executing. Again, the denim tailwind, though, is a huge deal. I've been trading it, trying to just find public ways to trade it because it's a real fashion trend. And Gap just came out with pretty good ads, not, just kind of a company playing second right now. But I think they'll be okay in the fall. Back to school is really good. So, back to the point of everyone's supposed to be so bummed and not spending. Back to school, by all accounts, was good. And as back to school goes, so go the holidays.
So how come in a space like this, a lot of these companies are such close competitors? The Sydney Sweeney thing obviously worked. Why aren't all of these other retailers, especially the struggling ones, going and finding a Sydney Sweeney and doing the same thing?
They will. Your takeaway from all that wasn't Sydney Sweeney. It wasn't about, it's her Aryan nature. It was like good looking people in nice clothing photographed to look hot is a crowd pleaser. That's a time honored strategy. Yeah. And they came out with Travis Kelce, the chief, Taylor Swift's boyfriend. He came out second, and they're running ads with him now. They're both selling out a ton of product. They're moving so much product, it's just bonkers.
It was a great move. Hugh Jassy, probably related to Danny Jassy, in the chat. Sydney Sweeney is a butterface. Okay, weirdo. You sound like a serial killer.
You know what? The stock is up $1.2 billion of market cap since Sydney Sweeney's ad dropped. That's about 60%. So yeah, butter wallet, I think, is what are you kidding? Like, I have no problem with Sydney Sweeney.
All right, give us a pick. Give us a pick for the road. Something you like from the denim index, or maybe a store that I was at this weekend. What's on your mind? What's one that you like before you go?
If you want something kind of quirky, kind of offbeat, kind of rolling, Aritzia. Yeah. It's a little Canadian operation. Aritzia, they make clothes for young working women. It's affordable luxury. It's stuff that women wear to the office, and it's kind of what Banana Republic's women's department should be. It's like, here's something that everyone who's like 30 years old goes and shops there. That's a great company.
ATZAF pink sheets.
Right on. Well, you can go ATZ. You want something more familiar? You can buy AEO. I think they changed the conversation last night. I think you buy every pullback between now and Christmas on AEO. I think that stock's still going to go higher. It popped 20% on Sydney. it just kind of kept going. They've changed the conversation. It's still pretty cheap, and it's a have and have not space right now out there. I'm worried about Lulu tonight. We'll see. That stock could spike. I would sell it if it does, and I don't think it's cheap till you get to 150.
Oh, I did not like what they had at the Lulu outlet. I was not impressed.
Right,
I love
They're
Lulu,
just
and I was not. Didn't want the pants. Bird dogs are better. Didn't love the shorts. Said and I'm a Lulu guy, so I don't know.
Yeah, me too, man. And they're getting crushed in the marketplace by Viore, and the tights are kind of out. And that's a pincher movement, man. So
Sean
it's
likes
like you're getting hit on the private side, and it's going to denim, and you have nothing. They have nothing to sell to those markets.
Sean loves Vuori. I haven't really got to dabble much with it, but you know what I do instead of the Lulu man pants? Bird dogs are 10 times better. Both the khakis and the joggers, they call them. I'm all bird dogs, no more Lulu for me.
I went to Viore and bought myself some jeans. They came out with jeans because they're private and nimble and doing better things than Lulu is right now. It's a super good idea. You literally have to buy them like 4 sizes too small for you. These are like high school pants. You know, they've gone from making like real sizing, which is always a mistake in America because we size things too big so people can feel thin. But I mean, I'm standing there in my size 32 pants that are a little loose, and it's like, wow, I'm in 9th grade. This is awesome. I feel so fit. It's incredible. I mean, it's not a finished product yet, but at least they're doing creative stuff out there.
It's kind of annoying how some of these retailers bring slim fit to a whole nother level. Like I'm basically being sized out of Lulu. I'm not a giant person, but I'm wearing the XL polo now. Like there's not enough belly room in their clothes, is the honest. You know, that's
I mean, you know, it's when you point a finger at a company, 3 are pointing back at you. So maybe that's a message. You know, maybe meet it halfway on the sizing side.
I think he's calling you out there, Steve.
I'm not, you know, it's just hard friendship stuff. It's just, I'm just saying, usually when my pants get tight, it's not in fact because of the dryer. It's not because all of a sudden the dryer, hey, what the hell's going on with the dryer? We got that thing cranked up to 190 or something. Maybe these pants shrunk. These are my pants and they always fit. Now they don't. Damn dryer.
Well, my girlfriend was like, that fits you. I was like, no, it doesn't. I'm not an extra large. But Sean, you remember I was an extra large in Southeast Asia. I was an XL.
Yeah. Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
Different strokes for different folks. This has been lovely, Jeff. Thank you so much. When are you coming on this week? Do you want to let the people know where they can find you and when you'll be on the network?
I will be on the network next week, every Wednesday at 10 a.m. my time. We're doing live, and so just kind of talking about the portfolio, coming up with trades, walking through the market, and we've got videos and for members and all that kind of stuff on the site. They know who they are. They know where to find me.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jeff.
Yeah, sure thing, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yep. See you, Jeff.
All right, bro. We can pretty much do what we want for the next 26 minutes.
Let's do it. I wish the Stitch Fix box would have arrived while Jeff was talking. That would have been great.
It's a killer chart. Like that's that base. That's that same pattern we've been buying this whole cycle. I
wanted to ask him about what he thought of the setup in the stock, because it does look like a good setup here. If we can get above, like, I don't know, 550, I mean, that thing looks like it's off to the races.
And I wanted to ask him about the real too. We got to have him on more often. It's really fun to talk about the stocks he covers. You know, like, sure, we all love the speculative growth stocks and stuff, but like he covers these retailers, these brands, these consumer stocks that like we interact with as consumers, not just market participants on a regular basis. So it's like really fun to have these conversations with him.
Yeah. Yosul in the chat says, I hate shopping, but would love to tag alongside Macke while he's shopping. I'm with you, man. I would love to shop with Macke. That'd be fun.
Yeah, no, that would be, we should bring Macke to the outlets, bring Izzy.
Yeah, man, make some content out of it. It'd be great. We got to do something fun.
Man on the outlets.
That's a great idea. Izzy, you listening? That's a good idea. We should do that.
Man on the mall. Do you believe they put a man on the mall? Right? Man on the mall.
Okay. I don't know if we can get the rights for that, but maybe we can make it work.
All right. So look, fast market out here. Are we going up or down today, Shawnee?
We are going
protective puts if we roll over.
I'm sorry, what?
You're gonna buy some protective puts if we roll over?
No.
You're full bull.
This is a bull market. I mean, if anything, I'll raise cash, but I'm not going to get aggressively short. I mean, I have some short positions. We talked about Target. I'm short Target. I'm short Lululemon. Both retail names.
I like Target as a short.
Yeah. It doesn't look good. I mean, I like what Jeff has been saying. He's been talking about it in his letter as well about, the new CEO coming into Target, and that could be a good thing, but it's going to take a little while, right? In the meantime, as traders, I think we could profit on the downside. As Jeff said, 150 doesn't seem that far, or not 150, but getting below 75, it could happen. We're at 92 and change right now. That's what I'm playing for anyway.
You and Dix?
I am not. No.
Me either.
Oh, I wish JC was here to make his Dix jokes.
Short Dix. All right, here, let's run through the news and then we'll just hit recess and get out there. I have like all eyes on China for me out here these days. I think we've been really patient with this trend reversal, but it's happening right now as we speak. Yep, Sean already mentioned the CRDO. That's really the other big earnings mover outside of AEO. We talked about Salesforce. We talked about Figma. We talked about C3 AI continuing to be terrible. AMD downgraded to neutral. Some sell-side boutique report knocking the stock down out here a little bit. I think semiconductors are going to dip and rip here. I think tech is not going anywhere, even if they lose their leadership. I think that's okay. I think as you look at small cap and speculative tech, those areas are telling us everything is kind of okay in the space.
Yeah, right on.
And then we got jobless claims, I guess, today. Nothing really important coming out here. Actual jobless claims, 237, expected 230, nothing burger there. Non-farm productivity, who cares? Yeah, it's really a slow day.
Well, listen, we'll finish this last thing on Macke real quick. I love what he said about AEO. He went out there and made a big call. He said, "You buy every dip from now until Christmas." That's the quote from the show today from Jeff Macke. You buy every dip until Christmas.
Love that. And just to update on this sentiment garbage, the AAII just came out again. Less bulls, more bears than last week. I mean, this just keeps getting more ridiculous. So I don't know what to make of it at this point.
That's good. That's good for us. That's good for us.
Can't be bad, right?
If you're a bull, you like this. You want this. You want people sitting on the sidelines, afraid to buy, because eventually they're going to buy and it's going to be too late. They're going to be buying it from us, hopefully.
Bank of America launching a new alternative investments program. This is, all the craze in banking, private equity, a lot of financial companies getting in on alternatives and private investments. That's the new area of growth in this sector. Certain members of Citi Investment Management will join BlackRock. Double dipping. Nice. That sounds good. And that's it. I'm done.
Well, speaking of Canada and banks, I mean, you seen what's going on with CM, Canadian Imperial Bank? I mean, this thing just really started breaking out. I mean, it's had a great, last 6 months, but it's really started breaking out again last week, following through today. Canadian banks. I'll probably hit one of those ATMs when we're in Toronto.
Wow. Canadian banks have been so good.
Yeah.
So good. The big banks are AI plays. These companies stand to benefit as much as any outside of tech when it comes to AI and the implementation of AI and how they're going to make money on AI, streamline operations on AI, improve their existing margins and all their existing businesses via AI. The banks just stand to win a lot, and the market's already sniffed that out. Go look at JP Morgan. Like, the market's on board with that story. Goldman, Morgan, they all.
Yeah, so many people are trying to make money buying like the pure AI play stock. And I mean, what is NVIDIA the closest one to that? I don't know, but what people are missing is how AI is going to impact so many businesses that you don't even think of that are related to AI. But if a company can improve their sales, like, maybe they sell laundry detergent, right? But if they could somehow improve their sales process using AI, that's huge, right? So there's so many different ways AI is impacting us. And the real trick, I think, is finding the industries that are going to be impacted by it in ways that you don't think.
What? You act surprised, Bill. We always do just fine. Go check out the website. We've done deep dives over the past couple weeks, even couple months. Canadian banks, international banks, regional banks, the big six banks. We've covered all of them. We're all in on the bank theme. You can see all the trade ideas on the blog. So that's really it for me. Yes, Amazon is looking really nice today. I think the market overall is looking nice. I'll cover one more piece of news because, Sean, I was sitting here. I'm huge in the Bitcoin miners right now, probably too big because I can't stop thinking about them. And yesterday I'm sitting there saying, with the action in crypto and the action in risk assets, why are all of the Bitcoin miners pretty much getting hit across the board? Well, I'll tell you why. I think I now know. A lot of people get information early. Look what just dropped from the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ steps up scrutiny of companies loading up on crypto. The NASDAQ is increasing their oversight of listed companies that raise funds to buy crypto. What that means is all of these treasury companies, anybody doing a MicroStrategy like situation, that's what they're talking about right here, which is now a lot of companies. It's not just MicroStrategy. This new Tom Lee thing, same situation. Firms may soon need to disclose scale, strategy, and risks of their holdings. That could be a problem for some of these. For in fact, the one that was recently launched that everybody can't stop talking about with the Ethereum, they are not telling the market or investors how they buy their Ethereum. It's a big secret. They have some way that they're buying all this Ethereum. They're now the largest player in the space, but it's a secret how they're doing it. Can't tell it.
They're not just buying it on Coinbase.
Yeah, he said no, because we're definitely not moving the market. We know that, but we have a secret way that we're buying Ethereum. NASDAQ just came out and said, that ain't going to be a secret anymore, bucko. So love that. That's great. I think this space needs regulating. I think it'll be good for the real ones in this space. Weed out the bad actors and the shitty ones. I think some of these Bitcoin miners are viable businesses. Problem is now they're all being grouped together, and it's hard to tell who are the good ones from the bad actors. Okay. I'm watching this closely.
There you go. Hey, I'm glad that you are at the top of that watchtower watching out for us. We need you on that wall, Steve Strazza.
I hear things sometimes, Sean, and when I heard that the other day, yeah, we're buying a ton of Ethereum with the largest player in the market. We can't tell you how. I said, why? How complicated could it be? Why can't you tell us how you're getting the Ethereum? It shouldn't be a secret.
Sounds sketchy.
Anyway.
Sounds sketchy.
Anyway.
Wait, you mean to tell me that there's shenanigans happening in the crypto space? Come on. Come on.
I heard you call it like the spidey senses. Like I'm always listening to shit in the background, and every now and then I go, something like catches me, and I'm like, what the fuck did I just hear? And that was that for one of these treasury companies. So anyway,
yep.
We'll see. But they're all
right. Are we doing a recess?
I'm losing money. Yeah, hit the bumper. All right, Sean, tell us where your next vacation is probably in a day from now. Where are you going now?
No vacations, no vacation. I wish I had some pictures, but we have a new tradition here in my town. This week was the second annual family wiffle ball picnic.
Oh, how cool.
We had a wiffle ball tournament with all the families around here. Each team was, a mom, dad, and a kid or two kids. And we had a little round robin tournament. And the winner of this year's tournament, the prize was a gigantic zucchini that was kind of shaped like this.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it was really fun, man. And the kids had a great time. And if you're not playing wiffle ball, even adults can play. It's like the pickleball of baseball, right? You can play wiffle ball. It's fun. Everyone gets involved. We had a great time. And also, speaking of baseball, man, I took the Chicago Cubs were in town here in Colorado this weekend. Took my son to a game. We had a great time. We got some great seats right behind home plate because, the Rockies don't sell tickets because they're the worst team in baseball.
Yeah.
Good times, man. It's a good baseball weekend. And it's good to get that out of the way because football, as you know, is starting. And, but man, so that was the fun stuff in my weekend.
That sounds so fun. As someone who openly hates baseball, wiffle ball is a blast. I had just great times playing wiffle ball in my younger days. So that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, my son and his buddies, they play a lot of wiffle ball. They're big into wiffle ball here. It's the sport right now. The cat on the chair. I got my dog. My dog, you can't see him, but he's right here. He's been waiting because Strazza, I'm not usually on the morning show on Thursdays, and this is his walk time, or earlier was his walk time. He's giving me the side eye, like, why didn't we do a walk this morning?
But what a treat, though, for everybody having you on here co-hosting with me today. You and I, we don't do many videos together anymore, so I miss you. This is awesome.
I miss you too, and we'll be hanging out together in a couple of weeks, so that's good. Good catching up time.
Fun fact that I heard the other day. I don't know if this is true. Somebody could fact check this. All of the minor league, like, farm system baseball teams are either in California or Florida. I didn't know that.
All the minor league teams?
Like the farm system teams.
No. Buffalo's got a team. They're the farm club for Toronto.
Yeah, and there's like one up in Bridgeport too, but I don't know if like it's
the Yankees AAA team is in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, so that was
bad information. I think the information you got is that's where spring training is.
That's it. I think that's it. Okay, so anyway, there's a lot of them down here, dude. Like 5 minutes from my house, I have the Minnesota Twins situation, like their farm system team, and they're like big state. They're like real baseball fields and shit. It's not like a high school field or anything. And then the other one that's right outside my house, I call it Fenway Park South. And it's the Red Sox team. I think I might just go for, fun.
Not that you're a mainlander in Florida. Spring training baseball. When I lived in Florida, spring training was one of the highlights of the year. And the weather's always nice in March there, and the baseball is great. The tickets are cheap, beers are cheap. It's fun. And dude, make it a point. It's a little bit of a drive, a couple hours for you, but go north to Tampa and check out a Yankee game. Their spring training facility is amazing.
It's on our list. We're going to go check up the towns up there. We're going to be in Sarasota in a couple months for the Money Show. We got plans to go to Tampa soon as well. Last time I was at a baseball game was with you, actually. Ooh, and P-Brock, here, I'll throw out another fun fact that may or may not be true. Definitely needs some fact checking. I grew up about 10 minutes from the wiffle ball headquarters. It's got a big wiffle ball logo on it and everything. It's in like the dumpiest area ever of Shelton, Connecticut. It's like 15 minutes from my house. I'm pretty sure that's like the wiffle ball. They were invented there in Connecticut and they're all made there. Pretty sure. That's what people say, at least where I'm from.
Yeah, cool.
Don't go to Shelton. There's no reason to go to Shelton, though. All right, that's it for the show. Everybody have a great Thursday, turnaround Thursday. We're doing our show at 11 o'clock here in just an hour and 10 minutes. What a pleasure it was to have the one Sean McLaughlin on with me today. Shout out Jeff Macke. Shout out Kenny. Shout out JC. We missed you today, but we'll see you tomorrow, and we'll see the rest of you guys too. 8:30 Eastern time. Don't miss it. All right, everybody. Have a good one.
See ya.
I can't take no loss.